Okay, so the first pre-shifting exercise is Magic X slides. Okay, now the second one, the student holds the violin. Student holds the violin, and then parent or teacher with your right hand help hold the scroll. With your left hand, hold their hand like this with your thumb on the back of the hand, and then you're just bringing the Magic X out and back, out and back, just to make sure that they're not clutching there. Okay, the next one you can do is the student holds the violin with their hand at the bottom, and they open and close the Magic X without clutching. Let your left hand thumb kind of rest on that first joint there, but the weight of the violin is on your shoulder. So the thumb can help out a little bit as you're doing this, but it's still your head holding the violin. Then rolling the wrist and hand all around, kind of like left hand pizzicato, making sure that your elbow isn't locked, and just that you're able to kind of move like this, that you have lots of freedom of motion with your wrist, your fingers, elbow. The next one is Magic X slides, but with a finger just barely touching the A string. So we can do first finger, and you're doing Magic X slides, but now your first finger is just barely touching the A string. It's like it's skating, like ice skating along. Make sure that you're seeing under the pinky the whole time, that the hand isn't turned like this, where you're seeing that part, but you're turned over the string that your fingers would be playing on, in this case, the A string. That's that exercise. Then the next one, put all of your fingers down between the D and the A string. So 1, 2, 3, 4, they're touching both the D and the A string. And then it's the same idea, like Magic X slides. Your Magic X may not touch the entire time for this one, but you're just polishing the strings, and your hand obviously has to be turned for that, right? You can't be reaching the fourth finger if it's like this. So your hand is turned, you're polishing all the strings. The next one is the ending of musette with a harmonic. So if you know musette, we can play with a harmonic instead of a regular A3 there. So your string is just going to be like tickling under the pinky. You're not pressing the pinky down. You're just lightly touching it, like that skating idea. Just not pressing down, but just gently doing it. For harmonics, you also want to play closer to the bridge. So if we're doing this together, I can put a sticker under where the harmonic mark is. You don't have to be guessing that, but you can kind of find it by sliding your fourth finger up and down on the D string until you find that sound. And if it's not pressing down, you're just lightly touching it, it won't really make much of a sound until you reach the harmonic there. Good. And the more advanced way to find the harmonic, not having a sticker there, is playing Mississippi Hot Dog on D3. Replace that with first finger. Then you can play 1, 4, 4, 1. And then you do that again, and then after the fourth finger, though, this time, then you reach for the harmonic. It's one step up from there. That's the more advanced way. We can totally just do a sticker to start. And then the last one on the shifting prep list is the end of book 1. There's an exercise I love to do with people, exercise 20, page 29 of book 2. But a little intro to that would be, you just play low 1 on A or E. It can be a regular one, but let's say for now, let's do low 1 on E. Then you play E3. And then you replace that E3 with your first finger. If you did it with regular 1, replace that finger. If you do A regular 1, replace. a low one. And we'll be talking more about this in your lesson, but the idea is not to jump up and guess, but you're sliding up. For now, depends on what I tell you to do in our lesson. There's certain pros and cons to doing it different ways. But for now, have the shift be silent, but you're still touching the string. So first finger's down. We're gonna lift it just a little bit so it's just able to skate along and not dig along like that, but just slide along until you reach where you wanna be, then drop it. So play, lift, skate, drop. And that's the shifting breath.